I'm Kayaditi, and this is Crystal Lair Hardle Holes in One, the fourth in the Lair series. So hole one, got that swoosh off to the left. Pacing that, not the easiest thing. Can be done to the right as well. And actually, I think the right might be a little more forgiving just because it's wider. I mean, maybe not as easy to ace, but gets it back there safely so it doesn't go off the open side. That's kind of just showing a close-up of, you know, something to aim at. You know, pacing, of course, changes everything. Honestly, just hit it to the back for the easy birdie because it's got such a high likelihood of going out. This may be the safe approach in game.
Yeah, I do have a camera there. Show camera.
You can see, like, my ace went in, but her shot was just as good as mine, and it didn't. So it doesn't always go.
You had it just right.
Go on, Alice, you can do it.
Humbug. Yes.
Look at
Christmas
that.
is a humbug. What? I said Christmas is a humbug. I did it again. Sorry, were you filming?
Of course.
And I said Christmas is a humbug. Love that.
Now I've got you as such a Scrooge on video.
So here's an ace not using the magnet. The magnet does so nicely to whip it around. That's definitely the way to go. But, like, it can be done without. So 3 does have a nice set path to grab it up and send it to the hole, showing a couple of different ones that went smoothly, one that kind of drug its way in there. But I go to the right of that dot right there, and I'm not really thinking about it any more specifically than that, and it's aced several times in game. I also did a little bank off the side for something a little funner, but I'm definitely not trying that in game.
Wendy.
Brilliant.
Wow, Wendy, that was great.
Replay. I'm going to film it. Run replay.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I accidentally hit some strange buttons.
Just showing that how consistent that is. Those first 4, so this one just went back and forth a couple of times and still it gets that where it lines up. And then you've got this where it's just complete chaos. And yet, straight to the hole. Five starts to get trickier. So I hit it right there where the lights are kind of changing on the floor. And hopefully it'll arc it around. It at least tends to get it over in the area, which is real nice. So good layup. So this path, just kind of trying to avoid them, it is strangely consistent. I actually did it a number of times. It's just the shape of that. I would hit it by that same spot and off it would go.
Don't go near there. Come this side.
Okay. Why did this happen?
Play safe. You might not get it in, but at least it's going to be safe.
Oh,
There
it
you
would
go.
have.
So this one, you're like rolling it right in front of it and then letting the magnet kind of pull it in gently. Or like that, kind of hoping the magnet just doesn't get it. So there's a dot on the floor there. Love a good dot. So there is a way to just bank it. You can see that shadow pattern on the floor. Makes a nice star pattern. Went right to the hole. Not a game move. but it's pretty with the ball trail. 7. Yeah, I usually end up downstairs and have to go back up the hill. But just showing some things that got close. Real close. Even banked it off there. Just a nice little soft ace that came around. Then there's that guy. So just showing where I hit that one from. But there you go. Goldilocks down the middle. So 8, that's about as close as I can get that off the magnet to get. I just kind of skipped it for the ace. I mean, in game, obviously I'm not, because it'll get it right over there, but it doesn't like to go in the hole. 9 is definitely harder in hard. So just the way the magnet hits it out there doesn't like to give it a lot of juice. So I'm like, okay, so there's just a couple of things of, using the magnet to get it down the right area at least. When I banked it off that, it actually went to the hole. 10, maybe if you just dart behind it. It's not very predictable, but if you really hate trying to gauge the front of it, you might can learn to just do that and then maybe get it in 2. So got one in game. I don't know if the 2 aces I put in here kind of go off the same spot. It really is all about how hard you hit it to wrap it around the front of that and not go out. So there's a spot there. That's where I hit that particular ace from, but that might have been shaving it close to the magnets. I mean, it doesn't have to be as tight as that if you're just trying to get in the area. So 11, like for safety, you can try to skim that corner real gently and see if it'll get you over in the right area. So this one took the longest, and then I managed to get it today just playing a game, which shocked me on the 3rd try, but from tee, the first two just went out because I was taking them off the stairs out of curiosity. I couldn't believe it went in. So this is the first ace I got, and it definitely took a little while. Longer than everything else in there for sure. I was surprised when it went in. You can tell. All right, 12. Yep, rolling it down there. Just hoping that last one will wrap it around. Can't hit it too hard where it hits that back wall hard. If so, it tends to come back and end up in the planter. But just the right speed will get it to wrap around and at least get in the area, if nothing else. That one shaved the wall really close, but just showing how similar those angles are. 13. So this is, I don't do this, but I'm just showing this as another layup in case it's easier to somebody because it's got a closer place to hit it from. But if you can line that back there to the edge of where the magnet rings are, it tends to catch in there nicely and then kind of do that little automatic hole-in-one thing. Just ideas of getting down there. Just putt carefully right at you or tap just back. Things to get it gently to go. I like to aim it between those first two so that they drop it down, and I usually will kind of tap it up off the back. So there, if you want to get out of that third section, it kind of, that magnet will grab it and hop it over. So that's worth practicing as well as an escape route. So that particular time, just showing, it was just so ridiculously close. But I do actually tend to roll it off kind of above those first two magnets just to get it down there. But this was how I ended up getting that ace. Now my friend Alice, I was like, I have to record this because it was such a perfect example of what can happen when the magnets have just completely taken over. And yet here we are. All right, 15 also. Sometimes if you can get it caught in that magnet just so, it'll bing it right back to the hole. But I don't find this one as consistent as some of the others, and maybe that's just me. I mean, you see that and it looks consistent after it goes around like 46 times. All right, 16. I got this one the very first time I went in there. That was just funny. I was like, seriously? Because that was in game. I'm like, no. I've been so close like that several times in game. But the very first time I ever went in hard and played it, it was an ace. I mean, it was in practice, of course, but just to get familiar with the course. And it just went right in, and I thought, oh, wow, okay. And then I've not been able to, like, do it in game. It's not as consistent as some of the others. 17, like to take it off to the right, get a nice swoosh on it, carry it to the hole, if possible. So there is kind of a mark on the floor I look at there, trying to kind of show it up close a little bit. Bit of a subtle smudge. 18. I'm just showing this sped up because this can be a diabolical hole. Just hit it off the base up there and it'll just ricochet it right down to the bottom and you've got a birdie. And right now, that's probably how I'm feeling it, because even though I've got the clips of it going around, I personally am currently struggling to do that with any consistency. And I mean, I usually end up like off to the right, and then I can putt it straight through and that's par, but it's like not generally gonna ace anyway. So I don't know. I'm not taking the risk with it, but there you go. An ace. I just couldn't believe how on the edge that ball ran up the side of that and then fell right in. I was like, seriously?
All right, so the ball is literally stuck. Can you actually putt it? Let's see. Try it. It's not timing
I gotta
out, so
figure out
I'm
this
guessing
angle.
you can putt it. Oh my.
Yes, but
So there you go. There's the splash on the ceiling. If it hits up under the pool, it makes a nice splash. So I was trying to bring something else, and the ball went over there, and I went to go see where it went, and I saw these guys. Other people may have seen them, but I didn't know they were there. Just missed them completely. So my ball, this particular ball, I love it. But it was funny, like it kept switching to black. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you like. Appreciate you.